Christwood here, July 20 or July 7th, 2022. It's 10:05 a.m. and I just want to say since I woke up approximately 7 a.m., I've had nothing but numbing on the right side of my head. There's been more deforming of me overnight. I no longer feel my own true consciousness. I went to the hospital yesterday to get help. I waited for 5 hours. I went there because my skull was swelled up again from these motherfuckers. I go to the hospital. I have a 5 hour wait. Conveniently, Terry, a triage nurse, and a nurse that works there, he was on duty. I was finally called in. They put me into a room. Terry came in, asked me what was going on. I asked that he leave, that I wanted no part of him, that he was a dangerous person, and then 5 minutes later, a Dr. Fardella come in, but not before. After this happened, Terry tried to lock me in a room, in this closed room. Every time I go to the hospital there and I finally get in, they put me in a room. They will not put me in around other people. They put me in a room where they know that they can get away with their bullshit on me, hoping for a reaction from me, so they can have unjustifiable actions against me. This is about fucking me over. I am the victim of identity theft. I'm the victim of having my skull split. I am the victim of having my brain split. It can be 100% medically proven. And then the Dr. Fardella, an old woman, came in and she checked my ears. She put something in my ears. She checked my ears. She checked around here. She told me to take off my hat, told me nothing was wrong. Conveniently just looking at things, and they can diagnose when something is wrong on the inside of somebody. Conveniently not willing to do CAT scans, X-rays, MRIs, brainwave scans, or any other thing on me, because they know that the crimes I have been talking about can be proven. They are nothing more than crime cover-up doctors for Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. Spencer Mills, Staff Sergeant, ex-Chief. Stacy, mental health worker. One is Tatiana, a doctor at Lennox and Addington Hospital, who is Stacy's girlfriend, the medical blacklister, the medical file falsifier, the one that gets the victims discriminated against through their lies, along with O.p.p, but Shannon Cork, Shelley Huffington, or that's the name that she gave me, but it's Huffner or Hafner, who is mental health worker, and O.p.p, and conveniently guilty of my kidnapping May 27th, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for arrest and charging of O.p.p cops and doctors. How too convenient was that? Now all of a sudden she is starting her bullshit again through the hospital, trying to get me charged for harassment for conveniently speaking of crimes against me, the doctors that are doing it, and they need to be charged and arrested. So as a result, they co-conspired to deflect the crimes that they are doing on me, to victimize me more, to have me charged, to keep me away from the hospital. That was about criminalizing me. That was about preventing help and buying time. Just like everything else, this is 100% revenge, retaliation on me. O.p.p Spencer Mills, O.p.p Staff Sergeant, O.p.p ex-Chief, O.p.p Robert Kane, O.p.p Robert Lucas, Stacy, mental health worker, now Kingston, left to further distance herself from this, but still involved. And Shelley, Hafner, Huffner, Huffington, whatever your right name is, mental health worker and cop, sending O.p.p here, proving my words about Dr. Tatiana, about Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Sue, Dr. Fardella, Terry, the triage nurse and nurse, Dr. David, Tanya, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Ambimbola, Dr. Barton. They have all negligently, with intent, discriminated against me, treatment refusals, name calling, discriminations, and aiding in my blacklisting while aiding and helping buying time for the crimes against me through O.p.p, the revenge retaliation for me speaking of their crimes, my skull being split, my body being deformed, being stalked, having William Wooldridge's prisoner tracking taken off him, put onto me for tracking, for framing, for stalking. My kidnapping was about getting my blood and my piss for framing. For the rest that they needed, my prints, my pictures, my signatures for forgeries, frauds, framings. It's not above or below these cops. It's not above or below these doctors. They have proven for 3 years that they are nothing but killers. They are nothing but, they are human traffickers, human sex trade slavery traffickers, children and adults. They're using remote neuromonitoring to do it, tech that's implantable. It is military and police tech that has been being used since the 60s on victims to fuck people's nervous systems and brains and cause a lot of other neurological problems with victims. I'm being turned into a vegetable. I'm being broadcasted through by William Wooldridge, by Blair Hardy, by Tyler Lake, by Jabin Allstein, by Ray, by Sam, by Michelle, by all these fucking junkies who are co-offenders with O.p.p. They are passing this remote neuromonitoring around on me to deform me, to change me, to mentally fuck me up in hopes of justification, in hopes that I go crazy, and to cause long-term effects to me. This is a fucking game on them. Look how much my face has been deformed in my skull. And I can prove it. I've been proving it, and I'm still being called a liar conveniently at Lennox and Ennington Hospital. Why? Because they believe the bullshit lies against me from O.p.p, from Staff Sergeant and Spencer Mills and the rest of them. They conveniently laughed at my face for fucking being sodomized by Staff Sergeant and the boss, William Wooldridge, and then tried to have me committed for it happening. I've been called a liar, saying I'm hallucinating from drugs for sex assaults. Like, fuck you, JP. You're making accusations. You're nothing but, you're corrupt, and you're obstructing for your cops. My identity theft and identity changes by all this is how O.p.p frame victims, this is how O.p.p traffic victims, and this is how O.p.p murder victims, and they're getting help with Lennox and Ennington Hospital doctors. You're guilty of negligent intent, criminal negligent intent with this. I am the end of my bloodline, you motherfuckers, and you're using your credentials, you're using your badges, you're using your possessions to cast your fucking lies to get away with murders you are guilty of, attempted murders you are guilty of. The O.p.p you think you know. This is how they get revenge on people. They completely deform people. They fuck people's skulls up. They get them medically blacklisted. They use their doctors here to help them buy time, and I have proven it for 3 years. Christ would love all, hate none. Watch yourselves. Watch your children. And if you go to the hospital here, The doctors I have named, they are nothing but O.p.p. cover-up doctors, and they are guilty of very serious crimes with intent to commit homicides and cover-ups, injuring and torturing for cops. One way or another, the cops involved and named, you will pay for your crimes legally. Outside cops need to come in and arrest and charge O.p.p. cops. They need to arrest and charge Lennox and Addington Hospital doctors. They need to arrest and charge O.p.p. boss William Aldridge, the inmate piece of shit, and the rest of the fucks involved. Blair Hardy allegedly in jail while he's sitting there still using remote neuromonitoring on me from cell phone and computer. So he is a co-offender and drug trafficker with these cops. I'm being turned into a fucking vegetable by these bastards. This is a fucking game on me, and they are getting away with it. They're also getting away with murdering my mother in 2020, so congratulations, you motherfucking pieces of shit. You're nothing but terrorists, you're hate criminals, and you're murderers. You're identity thieves, financial thieves, on poor, elderly, disabled. This is why you became cops, because you know your badge and your lies here in Napanee get you off your crimes. Christ would, love all, hate none. Be safe, take this serious.